What's good, everybody? Welcome to MK Gaming. I am Kyle, aka Mr. Space Heater, and of course today I found some space between my schedule to talk about the new Nintendo Direct, because that thing was fat. They covered so much, and sorry, overwhelmed. They really did cover a lot. Like, all the people that are saying this Direct was weak, just sorry Animal Crossing wasn't here. So I got a whole pad of stuff here, and like notes on my phone too, just for backup. There's a lot going on. It's not like they just announced a lot. A lot of what they discussed and talked about today, they kind of went into detail about a decent amount. Enough that there's a lot to talk about. So, let's go ahead and kick this off, okay? We've got Box Boy, and now / Box Girl, where you can play co-op as the little girl box instead of Box Boy, with a whole bunch of new levels. There was 200, oh my gosh, I have it written down. Yeah, over 270 levels / puzzles. That's obscene. That's gonna be sweet though, you can play co-op. And then there was Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is gonna be a fun action adventure side scroller. Tsum Tsum Festival, which was announced, which I can guarantee you my sister's going to enjoy, because it is just a party puzzle game that you can play with the Tsum Tsum figures. And there's a new game, Oninaki, that is coming, that is a new RPG. Looks more action-y, a little less slow pace. Anyways, it's made by the same people that made Lost Sphere and I Am Setsuna, basically that part of Square Enix. It's been making a lot of good RPGs in the past couple years. Dead by Daylight is getting a port over to the Switch as well. Deltarune is showing up on there too, which is the sequel to Undertale. There's a new Grid game coming out, that's Grid Auto Sport. Actually looks kind of fun. Looks like it handles well, and it looks pretty. Kind of intrigued. Final Fantasy IX dropped on the Switch today, which some people are excited about. Unraveled 2 is coming to Switch as well, which is neat because I've always been intrigued but never picked it up on another console. Rune Factory 4 Special is coming to Switch as well, and they did go ahead and let us know that they are working on a Rune Factory 5 that is in development also for the Switch. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is an awesome game, and I'm very excited it's coming to Switch. Kind of out of left field, did not see that coming. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is of course also coming to Switch like it is other platforms. I did get that email today actually from Ubisoft this morning, and they didn't even clarify what systems it was on just because the Direct hadn't happened yet, and that kind of was like a big red flag. Plus I'm pretty sure Assassin's Creed 3 was on the Wii U. Anyway, the last one on this little short list here is Astral Chain. Now, I'm sorry this is just on my short list. We don't know a lot about it, we just got a trailer today. But it does look like a really fun action RPG from Platinum Games. And obviously it goes without saying that they have a massive reputation for their very well done games. So a lot of people, especially those who are fans of RPGs and JRPGs, are incredibly excited. Alright, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Smash had a tease today, which was seriously a joke. It's not even a play on Joker. Honestly, it was a joke. It was short, they didn't give us any new information. We got a really small look at what he's going to look like in game, which isn't crazy. We kind of all knew what he was going to kind of look like, right? And then they just talked about how there's more amiibo coming soon, and they showed us a couple images of the new ones like Snake and Pokemon Trainer and all that stuff. And that was it for Smash. Like, what the heck was that? Like, why even have Smash? I knew it was either going to be a whole bunch of information, like a new fighter and what Joker does, or it was going to be nothing. And it was nothing. Next up, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 got some more information. Some of the power-ups and the team moves and stuff are pretty complex and pretty sweet. And I did play 2 way back when. I think I mentioned that on a previous video. Freaking loved that game to death, so I am excited for this. They did clarify there will be X-Men in there, so it's not just Wolverine. There's going to be a lot more to dive into from the Marvel Universe. Just give me Moon Knight and I will be happy. Next up, Starlink got more DLC, but only on Switch. And it is all Star Fox themed. We do get to play as the other characters now, such as Slippy and Falco, which is awesome. And we have new villains in there from the previous series, of course, all the classics that are going to be part of a whole new storyline for you to go ahead and play on. That's actually free, too. I mean, Starlink's just a good game in general. If you don't have it, get it. Especially because you can keep finding them cheap in a lot of places. I got mine for like 35 bucks over Black Friday. 110% worth it. You don't even need the toys. If you're worried about the Toys to Life stuff, seriously, stop worrying. Don't even need them. Game's great. Game is great. Go get that game. Free DLC. Alright, next up is Dragon Quest Builders 2, which I'm so excited for. We kind of all saw it coming, but it's exciting that it actually is coming to Switch. Loved the first one, got my cousin hooked on the first one, and my sister. So you can only imagine we're all going to be playing that. They also did announce that Dragon Quest XI X is coming, which did have me intrigued. As someone who doesn't care for RPGs, the fact that you can switch between 3D and 2D graphics, and the fact that everything's out free roaming, and it's not random encounters, I have a lot of intrigue and motivation. Kind of want to get that game. Definitely looking into that. Speaking of RPGs, Fire Emblem had a lot to say today. which is cool because the story actually looks interesting. The only one I played thoroughly was Fates, and I did enjoy it. The storylines are great. Like, they're definitely the best part of the Fire Emblem games, but I have a hard time with turn-based RPG, but that's just my personal preference. If you don't, this game looks like there's going to be customization out the wazoo, like for your entire army. My friend Molly was telling me all about it. She is just raving. She cannot wait, and she, basically, I think the Fire Emblem news made up for the lack of any Animal Crossing news today, which also was not unexpected. Moving on. Daemon X Machina got a demo today, thank goodness, because in my opinion that's kind of a hard game to gauge whether I'm going to like it or not, because it's something brand new, it's a new IP, and it's not my style of game. The whole action thing is cool, but I don't know, they can get dreadfully boring if it's just the same combat over and over again, so I am very interested in playing that demo. You should go check it out as well. Also, Yoshi's Crafted World had a demo drop today, which is sweet, because even though I know I'm going to like that game, you know I'm going to play the heck out of that demo, and people are already finding all kinds of Easter eggs in there and stuff, and all sorts of things. They also announced some other details for Yoshi as well, like you can unlock 180 costumes, which is obscene. The biggest reason I have motivation to collect all of them is I saw there's a Labo costume, which is sweet, and I wonder if you can only get that if you have Labo, which would make sense, because they did say some would be harder to get than others. There's a couple things left here. Toad's Treasure Tracker got a free update as well, where you can now play co-op with a buddy, which is super cool because I loved that game, and I remember when it came out actually back on Wii U, my fiance and I were kind of bummed that we had to take turns. Like, we still enjoyed it, but now that we can play together, we are definitely going to be revisiting that. And also because there is now paid DLC for Toad's Treasure Tracker on Switch, and they're adding in new things to find in previous courses that are already available in the game, so I'm gonna look into that too, because that's a really fun game. Honestly, side note though, I'm really surprised Toad's Treasure Tracker doesn't have a mobile version yet. Nintendo, what you doing? Holy cow, Link's Awakening has a remaster coming, and it looks incredible. And the actual gameplay itself is top-down again, almost like A Link Between Worlds, but the textures are so much more tangible. Like, you could reach down and pick it up. This little Link is the cutest little dude. That's my boy. And I will protect him. I cannot wait for that game. I loved that game. I actually didn't play it as a kid. I played it on 3DS Virtual Console, I'm pretty sure. And I remember really enjoying it because it's just one of the more creative and out there games in the series. Plus the top-down stuff, a lot of people have nostalgia for that style, even though it's not really something I thoroughly enjoy. That game has a place in my heart, and I cannot wait to play it again on beautiful HD. The last thing I want to talk about, of course, is Mario Maker got a sequel, and I'm very upset I did not make a video I had always planned on making about what I would expect out of a Mario Maker sequel, because a lot of what I was going to talk about showed up in this video. I'd been tweeting about it like crazy, but basically the things that I was looking for is I was like, if we're going to make a sequel, we need more items that were not included. We need stage hazards, such as water spouts. We need to be able to adjust water levels and have levels that are outside of water and underneath instead of just underneath, because that gets super boring. This is awesome. And not to mention that, I also said they should have a story mode. Basically, it would be great to have a one-player mode with a new skin. And we don't know anything about the one-player mode yet, but they did give us a new skin to play with and a bunch of new items and abilities that are all based on Super Mario 3D World, which was a twist I didn't see coming. That game is coming out in June, and I cannot wait. That was pretty much everything that was announced in the Direct. I think there was a couple other little things that I missed, but overall those were definitely the major ones. Thank you everybody for watching. If you did enjoy this, please give it a like and tell your friends. Please, please, please. If you're interested in custom Joy-Con and things of that nature, I make those as well, and you can find those on Etsy. I will leave that link down in the description. Otherwise, find me on social media. I am at Mr. Space Heater, all one word, found on Twitter and Instagram, where I mainly talk about my Joy-Con, but also obviously tons of gaming stuff in there as well. Anyways, this has been the space between all those other hours of the day that we cannot help but be away. Thank you guys for watching. This is Mr. Space Heater, switching off.